The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of the 7th Region Basketball Tournament starts now.
Good evening, everyone. It is 7th Region Championship night here at Valley High School J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, the campus, as we mentioned, of Valley High School. This 7th Region Championship brought to you by Glycod Sports and Mark Evans, head coach for long-term head coach, Coach Emeritus, I like to call him, and I'm Paul Najar. We are thrilled to bring you this game, folks. It is the Seneca Redhawks, 17-15 on the season against the Trinity Shamrocks, 25-7 overall. And Mark, what a game this promises to be.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to watch both of them on tape last night. I saw the Trinity win over Manual, and I saw the Seneca win over St. X, and I was quite impressed with both teams. They're different, but I was very impressed. For Seneca, their guard play is spectacular with House and Gray. And, the balance that Trinity has, I think, will play a big part tonight.
And we'll talk about those players. Tyron Gray and Kelron House, unbelievable performer he is. Both teams from the 27th District, Mark, just played each other a couple of weeks ago. Trinity on top. They won the 27th District, 82-71 in that game. And, is there an advantage, a disadvantage? At least they know how good Seneca can be.
I think there's a couple advantages. I think once you beat a team, you expect to beat them again. I think that helps you confidence-wise. But it also motivates the other team to maybe be just a little bit better the next time. But I think after Trinity, I'm sure watched the dismantling of St. X by Seneca, I'm sure they'll come in respecting Seneca tonight.
And that's what it'll do. Trinity defeated DuPont Manual High School to get here. Seneca took care of business over state number 1 St. X quite handily in Friday night's action in the semifinals. So when we return, we will have Coach Leroy Hickerson, the Seneca High School head coach, only in his first season on the job. We'll have our interview with Coach Hickerson. You'll want to hear that, folks. Stay with us on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hirschhorn Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Welcome back to Glycod Sports, our pregame broadcast. We're with Seneca head coach Leroy Hickerson. And Coach Hickerson, this is Seneca. When you go back, when you think 60 years now since the last title for the Red Hawks and the legacy that, of the greats, the all-timers, and not just Wes Unseld, but so many in between. And what has this meant to the squad, to you, to your staff?
It means the world to us to see the hard work that these young men have been putting in since day one pay off. I mean, we played a tough schedule. We played prep schools. We played against, we played with the suspension situation over the course of 6 games. And I told my athletic director, I said, listen, I don't care what the regular season record is. I'll play 10 more prep schools. It's going to help prepare us for regionals. So if we can play against 2 guys that are 6'10", 6'10", 6'8", 6'9", when we play in regionals, we'll be ready and prepared. And since we're prepared for it, we prepped for it early in the season. It's just starting to pay off now. And I mean, nobody thought we can do it, not sincerely now. Did I think it was going to win in the fashion we won? No. But if I'm being honest. But I did have all the confidence in the world that we're going to win that game.
When did you find that confidence? When did they find that confidence? Because you did take some lumps early, some big hits. When was that moment? You had those losses, and losses are, what you're playing against. But when did you see, and when did the team recognize, hey, we've got something here that's bigger than us right now?
We played male really close. We played manual really close. Like games that we knew we could have beat the teams if, the ball bounced the other way. And it just, and then we beat, prep schools, and we played 2 other prep schools, and we lost by a possession. I mean, we're little old Seneca. I mean, sometimes my center's 5'10". This is just how we do it. This is how we roll. But we value grit and grind and toughness over everything, above all. I mean, the X's and O's are great, and it's essential to the game. But if you don't have the heart and the toughness, it's probably not going to work out.
And especially in this district that you had to come out of, and you just faced less than 2 weeks ago, you just faced this opponent, Trinity High School, and you played them tough. And in a game in the 70s, 80s, and you got to talk about now what you need to do to take care of tonight.
Well, we got to be more disciplined with the ball. We had a lot of unnecessary turnovers. I mean, probably 10, 11 missed layups, and we were right there in the game at the end. I mean, Trinity is a super talented team, but at the end of the day, it's one basketball. Only one person can have it at a time. So we just got to play hard, try to chop them down, try to wear them down. I'm saying, they're going to wear us down. It's going to be a dogfight, but I'm looking forward to it.
I know you're looking forward to it, and you're glad you got this young man. We didn't even mention him yet, but Kelron, what an impressive young man he has been to watch and develop in your system and with these teammates.
Yeah, he's special. I played 12 years professionally, did a little NBA preseason, stuff like that. Not to brag on myself, but I say that to say this. I've never seen a man with a mid-range game like his. Ever in my life. 2 people, 3 people guarding him, doesn't matter. Bottoms. Unbelievable. Sometimes I get caught up as a fan and not a coach. I'm like, whoa, I've only been at this job 8 months. So I'm trying to get my professionalism down because I'm reacting to him. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm like, hold on, you're a coach. You're not in the crowd. I have to pull myself together because I had, 0 high school basketball experience as a coach before I got this job, and I've only been on it for 8 months.
Well, you've got to find one. Good luck tonight. This is going to be a fun one. Seneca Redhawks head coach Leroy Hickerson, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And we'll have more to come on Glycod. Stay with us.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back. Glycod pregame show, 7th Region Championship game. Seneca High School Redhawks, the Trinity Shamrocks. It's going to be a good one, folks. Tonight's keys to the game right here at Valley High School's J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium are presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential with IBEW Local 369. And alongside Coach Emeritus Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar. Mark Evans, keys to the game for the Seneca Redhawks.
Gotcha, Paul. Keys for Seneca, number one, they have to keep number 0 Edmonds off the offensive boards. He's a terror around the basket, and they'll have to not give him second and third shots. I really think Seneca needs to push the pace. I think they have 2 great guards that could do that. I think they're better off to get up and down the court as opposed to have to run half court, but we'll soon see. And then the last key is I think for Seneca to be very successful, they need to spread this Trinity team out on defense and attack off the drive. Those are keys for Seneca tonight.
And now for the IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. Keys to the game for the Trinity Shamrocks.
My first one, I don't even know if it's possible, to be quite honest with you, but that is take number 4's house. His touches away, chase him, limit his touches, because all good things happen when he has the ball in his hands. But unfortunately, they have another guard by the name of Gray that could do a lot of the similar things. But that's one. Second one would be dominate the boards. I think it could be a game of rebounds. I think Trinity has a little edge there, and dominating the boards would help them through. Last one is inside-out offense. Let's get the ball into Edmonds, and then he's a quality passer. He's a quality scorer. He'll make everybody else better tonight.
Good stuff there from Mark Evans. Tonight's Keys to the Game, presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Want to remind everyone this broadcast is authorized by JCPS and the 6th and 7th region, with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. We thank you for watching. Stay with us, folks. More to come on our pregame broadcast from Valley High School 7th Region Championship game. Trinity and Seneca coming at you. Stay with us on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something in school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
"Holy smokes!"
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
(1965) male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Line Select, not just blinds. Line Select, not just blinds.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back. It's Glycod Sports, and we're with Trinity head coach Brett Saxon. Brett, what a season. When you talk about opening night at Mayo with Coach Szabo here, and now he's not, just your thoughts on his health and welfare and well-being, him and his family.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been different, and you know, I think throughout the entire season we've wanted to make sure that before every game we're thinking about him, and we certainly wish him the best and hoping that he's recovering and doing well. And he's had a legacy here. You know that. You've experienced it as a player and as an assistant coach. You've watched your brother, and now as the head coach, you're dealing with a legacy that says defense wins championships. You're in another 7th region championship game against a district foe that
that has just blossomed in the last 2 months. Talk about what's ahead for you tonight against this outstanding, what's become an outstanding Seneca team.
Yeah, and I think you said it best. When you coach around here, defense comes up everywhere that you go, and that's kind of been our identity for 20 years, at least since Mike has come along, and that's something that we take a lot of pride in. And I think, to your point, Seneca has become dangerous because offensively they're getting contributions from so many guys not necessarily named Kelron House. Now, as talented as he is, he's certainly the engine that makes them go. So for us tonight, we know that we need to make his catches difficult. We need to make his shots difficult. But we can't forget about those other guys because they're getting contributions from so many guys playing with so much confidence, so much belief, and that can be dangerous when a team gets hot at the right time.
And when you talk about the defense, you talk also about scouting all the time. Less than 2 weeks ago, you had a district championship matchup against them, and you came out on top. And what changes over those days, those weeks, even though it wasn't long ago? What changes, not just for you, but for them as well, have you seen?
Sure, yeah. So, I would like if the game wasn't in the 80s tonight. That's certainly not what, we don't want to live there. But I think that, the great thing about this team and our team is that we do think we're pretty versatile. And if the game needs to be a half-court slugfest like Manual was, we're equipped to do that. And if it needs to be a little bit more up-tempo, we'll certainly live there as well. I think the biggest thing for us from a change perspective is just paying a little bit more attention to the details in terms of how we're going to guard, and then offensively continuing to make sure that we're getting the right shots in the right moments.
Good stuff. Coach, good luck to you in this 7th region championship game.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
You got it. That's head coach Brett Saxon, Trinity High School. Stay with us. More on Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Ruoff Mortgage. Ruoff Mortgage opening doors for the visiting team, actually in green, the 25-7 Trinity Shamrocks. At guard, number 2, a 6'3 senior, Dre Vassar. At wing, a 6'5 sophomore, number 11, Jaden Johnson. At center, a 6'6 senior, or junior, I'm sorry, a 6'6 junior, number 0, Julius Edmonds. At forward, a 6'4 senior, number 13, Alex Johnson. And at guard, a 5'10 junior, number 1, Lance Chandler. That is Chandler, Johnson, Edmonds, Johnson, and Vassar for head coach Brett Saxon and the Trinity Shamrocks. For the Seneca Redhawks and head coach Leroy Hickerson. At guard, number 4, the do-it-all guy, the 6'3 senior, number 4, Kelron House. At forward, a 6'4", 8th grader, Mark Evans. 8th grader, number 12, Preston Wheatley. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 11, Tyron Gray. At forward, a 6' senior, number 20, Terrence Wilson. And at center, a 6'7" senior, number 10, Quare a call. That is a call, Wilson, Gray, Wheatley, and House for head coach Leroy Hickerson and the Seneca Redhawks. We'll take our final break here, and we'll come back with opening tip when we return. 7th Region Championship game tip-off straight ahead on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Glycod's coverage of the 7th Region Basketball Tournament starts now. Tonight's game is brought to you by UA Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. He puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash and Holy Smokes Barbecue. Now, courtside for all the action from Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
And welcome back. It is tip-off time alongside Coach Emeritus Mark Evans. I'm Paul Najar, and Mark, this 7th Region matchup here, Seneca and Trinity. Loads of tradition at Seneca. 60 years ago, their last back-to-back, their last championships, 63 and 64. They're only 2 in school history. Mike Redd, Wesley Unseld, tremendous talent. Those 2 in 63 and 64, they win it back-to-back. 60 years later, here they are playing a Trinity team that won in 2012, won it in 2019, going for their 7th state regional championship in the last 15 years.
Well, Paul, I was, I was about 6 years old when that happened, and I'm an old guy at 65 now, so I don't think too many people in this building knows much about Seneca, but it's good to see him back, and a good story this year. And as you said, the Shamrocks have been here and done that quite a few times recently, so we'll see.
We'll see indeed. We're ready for tip-off. It's going to be Quare et Call going up against Julius Edmonds. The tip.
Yeah, I expect to see both teams playing man-to-man. They both like to play man. They almost never play anything but man.
The tip is up. Well done. And that was got by Terrence Wilson. He got it. A nice tip by Tyron Gray, but they couldn't get it to go. And into the basket. Oh, that is a tough one there for... Well, that was Trinity's Alex Johnson taking it to the rack, and Preston Wheatley, the 8th grader. Good challenge, but it got him with the body.
Well, Wheatley had a heck of a game to get him here. I don't think Coach probably liked to see him start off with a foul. But give credit to Alex Johnson for seeing him, setting him up, and taking it at him.
And Alex Johnson, the 6'4" senior, averaged 9.6 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 83% free throw shooter, hits the first of 2. And he missed the second. Rebound comes down to Kelron House. He's the man in those yellow shoes.
I'm sorry, Paul.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see how they match up with House.
That's Lance Chandler, but House goes baseline, up and no good from about 14 feet. Rebound, Julius Edmonds, the chairman of the boards for the Rocks, and straight into the attack, but what a challenge by Quare et Call with the block.
Yeah, great block, great timing, both hands up.
They blocked Chandler on that one, and there's Dre Vassar. He gets that one, and he is fouled by number 11, Tyron Gray.
He fouls at number 11, Gray. That's his first, team second.
And trigger it in. There it is. Vassar gets in the lane, fakes, goes up. Preston Wheatley with the block. He got away maybe with a double one there, but he gets it to House. House goes, can't lay that one, can't make that one, gets his own board, goes up, no good. Rebound comes down to Trinity, and off go the Rocks. That rebound by Jaden Johnson. Johnson hands it off to Lance Chandler. Man-to-man. Double stack on the posts for high post for Trinity. Now they get a little cross action. Down low to Johnson. Johnson, and he gets a cutting Vassar. Vassar gets it stripped away, and here comes Tyron Gray. Tyron Gray peels off right wing. Gray had 5 threes against Eastern.
4 out, 1 in, Paul.
And there's Wheatley with the three-point attempt. I'm sorry, that was Wilson, Terrence Wilson with the 3, and that was off. Dre Vassar. Alex Johnson, just 1-0 lead for Trinity so far.
Running a 4 out, 1 in set.
And they lose it again. Almost 3 turnovers in a row. They do get it. Terrence Wilson gets to the ground and he finds House. So 3 turnovers in a row for Trinity. House, and he is fouled there by Alex Johnson. Trinity gets to the ball inside and they can't convert. They're getting it either blocked or taken away from them.
Well, they're not moving the ball right now, Paul. They're not reversing the ball at all. If they start reversing the ball, I think you're going to see Edmonds open. I think he's going to hurt the Red Hawks. Right now, Coach Saxon in your interview talking about they would rather not play in the 80s. The way this is starting, I think it's going to be in the 80s tonight, which is exciting for us sitting here.
And that is Kel Ronhouse hitting them both. Kel Ronhouse, 28 points per game, 79% free throw shooter. It's 44% from three-point range. There's Johnson. He gives it to Vassar. He goes to the basket. Kel Ronhouse up and pins it against the board. Kel Ronhouse now for three. Off. And Chandler tracks down the rebound in the left corner. Chandler gets it across half court. Hesitant dribble. Teron Gray gives him a little nudge, but he slipped down. He picked it up, and he gets it to. That is Johnson. His jumper no good. Vassar trying to get that board away from the thick-chested, barrel-chested Terrence Wilson. House to the rack, and he loses the handle. I mean, Kel Ronhouse came out of nowhere for that block.
Well, he's fantastic on both ends, Paul. He's such a quick jumper. As far as offensively, he can knock down the three, he can hit the pull-up, or he can take it to the rim in all different ways and directions. So, like I said, he's been fun already to watch tonight on both ends of the court.
There's Johnson to the rack. 8-foot baseline jumper, no good. Rebound House.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Edmonds didn't hit the boards that time. He had weak side position, but he didn't even
get
move
after it.
No, he didn't even move.
Gray hands it to House, right wing. House goes baseline. He's stopped there. Double team. They kick it out. Quera call. And into the corner to Preston Wheatley. And he just taps his chest, says, my fault. My hands weren't up.
Well, they're running a 4-out or mostly a 5-out open post, trying to get driving lanes right now. And I think everything's just a little bit extra energized right this minute for both teams.
Indeed. Dre Vassar drives baseline, goes up, goes under, comes back, lays it up and good. Vassar has a little size advantage there on Gray.
Yeah, great. Did a real nice job of getting to the other side of the rim, too, and let the rim protect the shot.
Kyron Gray, he finds Wilson. He drives. Wilson puts it up strong. Quera call with the rebound. There's House. House to Gray. Gray straight on three. Off. Quera call, tracks it down, finds House. House, hesitant. Then he shoots the three straight on, no good. Quera call, third offensive rebound of the possession. Can't get it to go. And that is Jaden Johnson. Johnson kicks it right. Back, Vassar, step through, and a three for Chandler. No good. Rebound comes down. Johnson had it, and Preston Wheatley knocks it out of bounds. Checking in for Trinity. That's number 21. Carry on Barry. And that is Johnson to the rack. He goes all the way. Nice hesitation.
I don't know quite if Seneca has anyone to match up with Johnson.
Quera call was with him, and then that hesitation and burst to the rim. Oh, House. Oh my, the step back. That's a man's basketball player right there.
Well, it's shocking how well he gets an arch on the ball with that kind of step back.
And there, right back at him is Dre Vassar with the hesitation and step around.
I'd say Seneca likes his pace. I think Seneca would like to play a lot faster if they could.
They've taken quite a few shots, have had quite a few bunnies already. That one might have been blocked. Did they call a tip? No. I'd say that because Kelron House right away pointed at Lance Chandler as he had that air ball that he might have tipped it. House against Vassar. Vassar drives the right, gets down low on the block. Good hands by Gray, but Gray tipped it out to Chandler. Vassar, Chandler, his three, just off, and the rebound comes down to House.
Yeah, I like that Vassar and House matchup. That's a pretty good one.
And on defense, Vassar is taking care of Gray, and Chandler is on House. Oh, but that one's Barry's on Gray there. Wilson out to House. Lance Chandler on House. House gets around a screen. Chandler stays with him. Wilson loses a step.
Yeah, the other night when I watched Wilson play, he gets a little quick-footed every once in a while. He did that a couple times in the other game.
He has got great court vision, and he knows what he wants to do. Sometimes, like you said, he gets a little ahead of himself.
Just a bit.
90 seconds to play, first quarter. 7-5, 7th Region Championship game on Glycod. Trinity Shamrocks up 2 over the Seneca Redhawks. Dre Vassar and Kelron House. Vassar, 25? No. Who goes up high to get it? Kelron House.
Well, the pace is quick, Paul, but the shot making isn't so good for either team at this point in time.
So 80s might be tough to get to.
Yes, yeah.
With the pace says 80s, but the shooting percentage says maybe 60.
It says 60, yes.
House to the free throw line. He was looking, and he saw 2 guys there, 2 teammates, and put it right between them.
Well, and he's a great player, but it's hard when you get off your feet. You can't take it back at that point in time. So he put himself in a tough spot.
13 is in for Seneca. That's Corion Martin. Query Call takes a seat. Corion Martin, 5'10 junior, averaging about 7 points a game. Barry.
I'm a little surprised that Trinity's not working the ball into Edmonds some. I really think they have a big advantage.
Edmonds gets the tip on the Chandler miss. He gets it to Chandler. Chandler drives to the basket. Lance Chandler for his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just really surprised that Trinity's not moving the ball a little bit more and using Edmonds as a post-up player.
Or, as what you said earlier, Edmonds really crashing the offensive board single-handedly, and he got that one to stay alive, keep the possession alive. And that pass by House right into the front bottom side of the rim, picked off by Trinity. To the rack they go. And that will be a 3-point opportunity for Barry. Corion Barry.
Slow getting back in the transition defense, the Redhawks that time, and no one filled the lanes.
Corion Barry will go to the line for the 3-pointer. That pass was from Edmonds for the assist. Barry, that foul was on House. Kelron House's first, Seneca's third. Barry, free throw no good. Vassar rebound, put back, and he got it at the buzzer. And that gives Trinity an 8-point lead, 13-5 into the first quarter. Trinity up 8 over Seneca. Stay with us, second quarter action coming up on Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back. J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, Valley High School. It's 7th Region Championship night. Trinity Shamrocks up over the Seneca Redhawks, 13-5 alongside Coach Emeritus Mark Evans. I'm Paul Najar. Mark, that first quarter, an impressive performance from both squads. But your impressions overall of the result? It was just 7-5 a moment ago. Now it's 13-5.
Well, I think the balance is important that Trinity has. They seem to be a little bit more balanced. They seem like they're a little bit more athletic in every position. Not every position, of course, but for 5 positions. Seneca still seems a little bit out of sorts, and Trinity seems like they're calming down just a bit. We'll have to see, though.
So no breaks in that first quarter as Trinity's Alex Johnson is back in. And there's Dre Vassar, gets away with a little nudge.
The Redhawks are staying in their man-to-man defense. They do a nice job. They play it well.
Barry, Vassar goes inside. That's Edmonds. Edmonds lost it off his leg. Good defense by the 8th grader, Preston Wheatley.
Yeah, I still think if Trinity would be a little bit more patient, they could get anything they wanted inside, Paul, but they seem like they're just a little quick right now with the quick passes in. But I do believe Edmonds is where they need to be looking.
Guard Avery Frazier, 5'10 junior, in for Trinity. He was guarding right there against Corian Martin. Martin gets switched out on, and there's Dre Vassar. Gets the steal. Up ahead, Barry lays it up and good, and Kelron House, his second. That's Kelron House's second foul. But if there's any player on this floor that can play with foul issues, it's that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he knows what to do and when to do it. That was an ill-advised attack there at the basket.
Yeah.
Edmonds out, and in for him is Jaden Johnson.
Well, I said it the other day, probably too early, but this is another 11th region crew, and I know several of these guys, and they're a pretty strong crew of officials.
Solid all the way through is Carry-On Barry with the free throw. He's 2 of 3 from the line. And now with 7 points is Barry, and 16 for Trinity. Hands there from Johnson against Wheatley. Wheatley playing tough. And there, that pressure defense, the defense that is Mark Szabo's staple through the years, causes Seneca to turn it over and call timeout. Well, we're going to take a timeout. 30-second break here from the 7th Region Championship game. Trinity up 16-5. Stay with us on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
On the bench, but
welcome back. Valley High School 7th Region Championship game here on Glycod. And Mark Evans, Trinity's turned up the defensive pressure.
Yeah, they pushed Seneca way out, and I didn't know if they could stay in front of Seneca or not, but they can so far, and they're doing a good job.
And look at Seneca's Tyron Gray all over Avery Frazier, but Frazier gets it to right side to Vassar. Vassar gets a backdoor cut to Johnson. Johnson now into the corner to Frazier. Frazier inside. The step back from Dre Vassar, no good. Rebound to House. House behind the back into the lane. 1 foot, glides through, gets fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
Unbelievable step through, Paul, and then able to get the shot off as he got fouled.
At line, House, shooting 2.
House to shoot 2. And he misses that first. Oh, he got it. Now he missed the second. Sorry.
Red Hawks just staying man as they've been in the entire time. As I said, I haven't seen them change out man defense at all in the games I've watched them play.
They have not. There might have been one time against Eastern where they went into a zone, and that hands, they did that all game, and they got us. They've had 3 or 4 of those against Trinity already. And there's another one.
Great double team.
And House to the rim. The body control and the finish, the hang time. Kelron House had an unofficial visit with Western Kentucky, did Kelron House. Good to see the young man get rewarded as his game is just so solid.
Yeah. He'll be a great college player. As long as he makes good choices on where he chooses to go to, he can play.
Frazier gets it to Johnson. Johnson. Alex Johnson to Jaden Johnson. Jaden Johnson, his 3 is off. Tipped out by Alex Johnson to Carry-On Barry. and they want to call a timeout. Does Trinity, so they get the timeout. 5:11 to play, second quarter. Trinity up 16-8 on Seneca. We'll be back with more second quarter action on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back to Valley High School. Trinity doubling up Seneca. Second quarter early, 16-8. Mark Evans. Now, we just mentioned how Trinity at the end of the first quarter, opening the second, turned up their defense. How about this Seneca pressure?
Yeah, they definitely did, and they saw an opportunity, and House was so quick. They saw the quick double team on the guard, took it right away, and got something easy out of it. I don't think the Trinity coaches were really excited about a couple quick shots that they took either.
And there it is again. That's Teron Gray. And he glides in, can't get it to finish, but he gets a rebound. Finds Preston Wheatley. He misses the layup. My goodness, there's a lid on the rim for Seneca around the basket.
Wow, what a great play, and then not be rewarded is rough.
Man, Teron Gray, those hands. Tyron Gray. Wow. It's been so impressive to me. Both games I've seen him in.
Great compounded at that time. He was down on himself.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the weak side help. He could have taken the charge, but he was standing.
And that's Rocco Pfeiffer, the 6'1 junior, who finished at the rim there.
Yeah, Gray just needs to remember next play and play on. Don't worry about it.
House gets it to Wheatley. Wheatley moves it left. Now that's Martin. Corian Martin.
Nothing good about being at corners like that.
He loses it, but there's the hands of Kelron House. He deflected it, gets it up ahead. Preston Wheatley, and it's going to go off his leg. And the hand by Dre Vassar. Mark Evans, I can't tell you, this would be a game Rick Pitino and coaches from his coaching tree would love, because there have had to have been 30 deflections so far this game.
Both of them have great hands. Both of them use their hands. They're both well coached as far as defensively, staying in front of people. They both are very impressive defense and tremendously quick too.
You cannot take a breath.
No, you cannot.
No, against these defenses. Chandler moves right behind the back. He's going to pop from 18, and it's true. Lance Chandler gives Trinity a 12-point lead, largest of the night. Kelron House out, gets a high screen left from Queric Hall. And there's Wheatley's three, off, short. Sorry, that wasn't Wheatley, that was Wilson, the other W, and there is a foul on that play. Is that on House?
It may well be.
It is.
House, his third.
Yeah.
Team second.
And he's going to take a seat and rest.
Yeah, that was a difficult one, Paul. It looked almost as if it could have been a jump ball, to be honest with you, but it's a tough call.
And they try to go inside. Edmonds to Johnson. Johnson spin move, can't get it to go. Edmonds crashes, and he'll get called for the over-the-back foul on that one.
Trinity's going hard to the boards, though, on both ends of the court, no doubt about it.
Julius Edmonds got the inbounds pass, and he goes up in the air, and he dumped it right back down to the inbound passer, Jaden Johnson. Johnson couldn't hit it, and then Edmonds over the top with the foul. Terrence Wilson, Preston Wheatley. There's Tyron Gray. Tyron Gray. Queric Hall shuffled his feet.
Let's go.
Mark, if there isn't a player on the floor on every possession just either diving for loose balls or just working so hard to get through screens. What competition, what combative play here.
Well, Seneca's in a danger zone with House out of the game. No doubt about it. They're having a hard time finding who could score for them other than House. So these next 2-3 minutes, they could be in a real hole if not careful.
And they just daring Lance Chandler to shoot, and his three was short. Queric call with the rebound. He's going to attack. He gets to the rim. No call. He gets the bump, and he gets the roll, and the bucket's good. Queric Hull.
Great job by big man. Great handling. When he took off, I thought, oh, my gosh, and then he ended up making a great play.
Took good contact, too, initiated a little, but there's an offensive foul. Chandler with the push. He did indeed. He knocked Teran Gray to the ground.
Well, that's great for you. He's a smart player also. I really was impressed with both the guards, House and Gray.
Now Gray will have to step up, maybe take up a little of that scoring slack, or find a call, or Wheatley, who had such a big game against Seneca.
Yeah, he ended up with about 24 or 28 or something like that. But he's playing against a little bit different inside attitude team.
And there is going to be a 3-point foul on Julius Edmonds.
That's his second. Team 4.
Corian Martin.
Edmonds has got off to kind of a slow start for Edmonds tonight, I think. Just kind of wrong place, wrong time on both ends of the court.
Yeah.
But
probably a little frustrated, Mark. Like you said, he had opportunities inside, and Corian Martin hits the first of 3.
Well, I expected Edmonds to dominate tonight's game. I thought they would go to him. But right now they're not, and he'll be fine.
Martin hits the first 2 of 3, and Edmonds takes a seat. Rocco Pfeiffer checks in. And the third of 3, good from Corian Martin. So it was a 12-point, 20-8 lead for Trinity. Now it's 20-13 as Seneca has ratcheted up their defensive pressure.
Doing a real nice job to stay in this game.
That is Trey Vassar against Terrence Wilson. Wilson pressure. Vassar drives left, gets through, left hand, and there is a block call. Vassar goes hard to the ground, and Corian Martin will be called for the block there. Wow, Vassar got to the hoop quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got a tremendous first step. He's a heck of a player also.
He waited patiently, and delivered that final. Glad we got a minute 29 to go, second quarter at 20-13 mark. Now 21-13 Trinity. So the 80s is only a wish and a prayer, maybe quadruple overtime.
Yeah, I don't see it, especially with House sitting on the bench over here. It's not going to be anything like that. But Trinity's defense is really dominating.
Now it's a 9-point Shamrocks lead. Redhawks with possession. Interesting. Do you keep House on if you're single digits? Only a minute 20 or so to go. Hands there from Carry-On Barry.
I don't think he had much of a choice. I think it's the talent that's on Trinity's team. They can't risk House having 4 fouls going into the second half. So give his teammates credit for keeping them in the game where they don't have to put him in so far.
And there's job. Martin to the rack. Goes up. Can't get his own rebound. They tip that outlet pass from Jaden Johnson. Vassar to the corner. Pfeiffer 3. Got it. Trinity up now, 25-13.
Just how you draw it up.
Wheatley to the rack. Oh, he stepped. Good job on defense from Alex Johnson. Wheatley got into him a little. He gave way, and he lost his step count.
Yeah, this Trinity bunch looks awful good on defense, Paul. Awful strong inside.
It's that signature Trinity Mike Szabo defense. Goes back 20 years of his coaching tenure, 20 plus. Wish him all the best, he and his family. He deals with his illness. Now Trinity spreads out the offense. 15 seconds. Seneca just waiting in their man. 10. Jaden Johnson, Quera call. Johnson to the rack. Good hands again. And they strip him. Here comes Barton. Lays it up. And he dropped, but there's a call at the buzzer. A call follows his teammate and puts it in. And it's good. Big play for Seneca to end the first half. Trinity up 25-15. We'll be back. Halftime highlights and stats when we return on Glycod.
The Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Welcome back to Valley High School 7th Region title game. It's Trinity 25, Seneca 15 alongside Mark Evans. I'm Paul Najar. I want to remind everyone tonight's scoreboard is presented by Traditional Bank because who you bank with matters. Traditional Bank. And tonight's halftime stats are presented by Ruoff Mortgage. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors. Mark Evans, take a look at these halftime stats for us, please.
Sure, Paul. it's all about putting the ball in the basket right now. But it's if you look at the Red Hawks, you're looking at 421 from the field for 19%, 1 of 7 for the three, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line for 85%. Trinity quite a bit better, but not stellar. 10 of 23 from the field for 44%, 1 of 6 from the 3-point line, 17%, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line for 67%. Big stats: 13 turnovers for the Red Hawks, but 9 turnovers for the Rocks. Rebounding's about even. Looking out there and watching the game, it looks as if Trinity should be way up, but they're only up 10. And I think you have to give credit to the Red Hawks for their just tenacious defense all over, never giving up on a play, because they're sure having
7 offensive boards.
Yeah,
they had a lot of opportunity scored inside, and Coach remarked about that in his pregame interview. 2 weeks ago when they played in the district championship game, he said we missed probably a dozen layups.
And I think Trinity has a lot to do with that. They're very physical on the inside.
And quick to get up.
They're strong body. They're very athletic. They get a lot of hands on balls. I mean, they're the stronger, bigger team on the court right now. And for House to be out for 3 minutes at the end of the half, it's amazing that Trinity didn't go up more.
Yeah, and they did a good job containing it. And believe me, folks, when you play, no matter what, you're around a team that can get up and block shots. It wears on you when you're inside and you think you have an open layup. Be that as it may, we're going to return with more halftime. We'll have a preview of the second half and more from Valley High School 7th Region Championship game. Trinity up 25-15. Stay with us on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hirschhorn Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back to Valley High School. Alongside Mark Evans, I'm Paul Nage. Our 7th Region title game. Mark, a big swing there the last 3 minutes for Seneca, playing without Kelron House, but they're only down 10. They were down 12, and they got that last possession. Trinity just waited it out. They tried to attack. They get the back tip. They get a run out. The missed layup as Corian Martin was slowing down a bit, but there was Quera Call, the 6'7" center, who followed it up to finish with the layup.
Well, there's no quit in the Red Hawks. I mean, that's what kept them in the game with House out. I was really impressed. I thought it was going to go south, and I was totally. They corrected me pretty quick with the way that they just played so hard.
Their defense turned it up with House on the sideline, but House back on the court as Seneca opens the second half with possession of the ball, down 10. Trinity, man-to-man. Sagging inside, the Trinity shading against House. He dumps it. Terrence, there he was. He was just practicing that shot on the court during halftime. Terrence Wilson from the corner for three. He gets that ball about 6 inches above the rim, and it drained right through.
Well, it was a great setup, a House.
And there's Tyron Gray. Tyron Gray almost gets the steal.
Almost snuck in for a backside back tip and a layup at the other end.
The Seneca team comes at you relentlessly.
Quality inbounds defense by the Red Hawks.
Down to Edmonds on the block, and there it goes. That's where you were thinking you might have been earlier in the game, Mark. Julius Edmonds, his first 2 points.
Well, I thought, Paul, they would probably try to get him going. I think he's too much of an asset again in this game to not get him going right off the bat.
No points, 2 rebounds in the first half.
Credit the coaching staff.
Julius Edmonds backs off House. They kick into the corner to Gray. Now to Wilson, Terrence Wilson. And there's the steal by Julius Edmonds. Edmonds, he kicks it to Vassar. Vassar at the right elbow, looking, finds Edmonds. Edmonds, there's Johnson. Now Vassar right wing. Vassar into the lane, kicks it left corner. Chandler, step back, 3, lands Chandler, air ball, and rebound right to Terrence Wilson. They are daring Lance Chandler to shoot that one. He's made one jumper, and there's the block. And out of bounds. That was a great move. Alex Johnson blocked Gray's shot and decided, I can try and tip it in, but his foot was out of bounds. So possession stays with Seneca. House for 3, short, rebound, tipped, picked up by Vassar, but who tipped it away? Tyron Gray. Tyron Gray, a call, gets it, Gray gets it back from a call. Tyron Gray's hands, I think he's got 8 of them.
Well, they do such a great job of back tipping. You can't relax for a second, bring the ball up the court.
No way. And House, the step back, just a pure basketball scorer.
Yeah, I'd say Trinity, the Rocks are in for a game now as long as House can stay in the game.
And
these Red Hawks look good.
7-point lead again, 27-20. That was tipped.
They run a weave action out top, looking for a drive kick or looking for an open lane is what they're doing. Trying to get shoulders turned.
Weave also slows down the defensive tips a little. Chandler, he gets into the lane, probing, lays it up with the left hand on the right side because he knew House was behind him to block it.
Yeah, very good. Good body control.
Lance Chandler with his 6th point of the game. House gets a screen from McCool.
Trinity switching all the hard screens.
House. Preston Wheatley, 3, no good. Rebound Edmonds. Edmonds wants to push it. He gets it to Vassar. Vassar attacking the middle. Kicks it right corner. Johnson, 3, off. There's Edmonds with the board. Edmonds crashes inside. Gets the ball stripped away. Out of bounds. Off of Seneca? I can't see. It is. Off of Seneca. Trinity ball. So Lance Chandler out. In for Trinity is Carry on Berry. Oh, and inside that goes to Johnson. Johnson missed it. Edmonds missed it. Tipped around. There's House. Edmonds had it point blank. House, 3, no good. Rebound. Jaden Johnson pulled away by Preston Wheatley. Preston Wheatley puts it in. The 8th grader.
No quitting them, Paul. 8th grader out there, they're feeling good about themselves right now. The Redhawks are. They're right back in this thing.
7 points. Trinity misses a layup on one end. They had the rebound in hand, but Wheatley denies it and gets the layup for his Redhawks. And there is a jumper, Jaden Johnson. It's up and good. So back to a 9-point lead. 4:09 to play, third quarter. Trinity up 31-22. 30-second timeout. We'll take a break and return with more third quarter action on Glycod.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name is Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back. Seneca with possession now, down 9, 4:09 to play in this third quarter. Outstanding contributions, Terrence Wilson, Preston Wheatley for Seneca. A 3 and a 2 and keeping him in this game, along with Kelron House. The glide, the step through, the finish. Kelron House. Man, what a joy to watch him play. Down to the block to Edmonds. Edmonds sees the cutter right there. And the cutter is Alex Johnson.
Nice job of give and go and just a basket cut, simple basket cut.
Johnson from Edmonds. Finish at the rim for Alex Johnson.
We'll see how this works with Barry. We got Barry on House right now.
On House?
Yeah. Trying to put some size on him, make him shoot over something.
Wheatley goes baseline, takes some contact and puts it in. Preston Wheatley, I got game.
He's impressive for an 8th grader. He's impressive the other night in this game.
And there's the steal. Nope, they get it right back. There's Vassar. He holds on to it, kicks it right corner. Pfeiffer 3, got it. And that's a 10-point lead.
That's 2 for him. He likes those corners.
Pfeiffer, Rocco Pfeiffer now with 8 points.
Total clear out.
And there's House. He gets stepped in front of by Pfeiffer, I believe, will be called for that. Yes, Rocco Pfeiffer.
Yeah, total clear out, Paul. Whole team went one side to the left, and he took it with the right.
And Pfeiffer said, I'll step in front. Oh, no, they called it on the floor.
Yeah, it was on the floor. They got him early.
With the way House hangs and continues his possession, so smooth. And around the screen comes House, right corner, fake, dribble left, peel back. Now between his legs around the back. Oh, what a player. And Corion Martin. That 3 is off. Here's Vassar into the lane, kicks it. Rocco, right corner, Pfeiffer for 3 in a row. Pfeiffer. And that will bring Coach Hickerson the 30-second timeout. And Trinity up 13, 2.25 minutes to play. We'll take a break. Stay with us, folks, on Glycod.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back, Valley High School. Trinity, back-to-back threes from Rocco Pfeiffer. How'd that happen, Mark Evans?
Well, what they're doing is they're using, as I thought they would, Edmonds at the very beginning of the game. They're doing what we talked about key-wise. They're going inside out. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening. They're trying to pinch in and help, but they're helping out ball side corner, giving up wide open threes.
Kelron House, the tip from Corian Martin, right back to House after House's miss. House gets knocked by Carry-On Berry. Carry-On Berry's second, team's second. Seneca with possession. Ball comes into Tyron Gray.
Well, Paul, what I've been impressed with is how much House gives the ball up to his teammates. He might need to get a little selfish here down the road.
Wheatley gets it to House on the block. House about to get double-teamed. He spins away from it. And he found Martin, but Martin, and there's Tyron Gray up ahead to House. House with the two-hand flush. Tyron Gray making it happen on defense.
Great player.
Anticipation from Gray. He saw the Trinity player leak out. Trinity got him, and that's Pfeiffer there. They were trying to hit Pfeiffer down the middle, and Gray came right underneath to take it away. There's Vassar up, under, takes the contact, and the finish. Dre Vassar. Another back to 13-point lead for Trinity. As we approach a minute to play in this third.
They're running horns against it, trying to get a quick open look, but we didn't get it.
Zone defense here?
No. Sag man. I thought that for a minute.
Wow, what a spin shot from Martin. Can't get it to go. Up ahead quickly. There is Edmonds, and Edmonds gets fouled by Cole as he was going to lay it in. And we'll see this replay. Edmonds down the lane, and Cole get him across the body. Edmonds to the line for two.
Well, once Edmonds made that first shot, all of a sudden his energy got going on both ends of the court. So he looks good. He looks more like he did the other night.
Much more active inside.
He's a load. He's hard to deal with.
And rim to rim. Jaden Johnson, a sophomore. Julius Edmonds, a junior.
Yeah, they got Vassar out for a quick break.
Vassar will sit out these last 40 seconds, as will Alex Johnson. Avery Frazier in as that one goes off. Frazier almost gets they knocked it out of bounds, did Seneca. And in the game for Seneca, number 2, Reese Asher. He replaces Wheatley. And Pfeiffer to trigger it in for Seneca. Pfeiffer goes out to Avery Frazier. Carry-On Berry. Berry, that's a tough matchup because Tyron Gray is so quick with his hands. Frazier loops it down. And Edmonds comes down awkwardly. I don't know who got him. 13, that would be Corian Martin with the foul. But a good job because it's only the team third of the quarter. Edmonds hands it off to Avery Frazier. Back wing, Johnson, 3, got it.
Great misdirection play though, Paul. That was a setup by the coaching staff. That was pretty.
And House comes right back quickly. Tyron Gray, 3, can't get it to go. Jaden Johnson with the rebound up ahead, 5-4. Johnson has lost control, but he got fouled. It's the 4th team foul on Seneca. So out of bounds with 1 second to go in this third quarter. And with 1 second left, Pfeiffer gets it to Johnson. His 3 off the glass and good. Jaden Johnson gives Trinity a commanding lead at the end of 3. It's 48-28. Trinity over Seneca. Will return with fourth quarter action on Glycod. Wow.
Great play.
Not just blind. Blind to wet, not just blind.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching the 7th region.
Trinity opens fourth quarter with possession.
Little trapping action this time by the Red Hawks. Trying to look for an opportunity to maybe get a turnover here.
Trinity up 20 as they finished with a 6-0 run on Seneca. Or 7-0 run, 8-0 run because they hit 2 threes and a 2. There's another 3 attempt. Vasher, no good. Rebound Edmonds, the putback. And it's 22-point lead for Trinity.
Yeah, got to keep him off the boards. He's awful good.
House going to attack, kicks it left. Corey on Martin, spins into the lane, lays it up with the left hand and gets it to go.
Very nice. Gave him his right hand and he came back to his left.
Rocco Pfeiffer attacks. Rocco Pfeiffer finishes. Pfeiffer not just hitting threes from the right corner. Lays it up and good. House picks it up in the backcourt. Left side, Tyron Gray. Tyron Gray off balance, gets it to go. Tyron Gray, the diminutive one, puts it up and good over Avery Frazier.
He may be small, but he's tough.
End of the third quarter mark. Let's listen to replay. 1 second to go. The inbounds play. It comes to Johnson. Jaden Johnson moving off glass. A big dagger there.
Perfect curl move. Curl play.
Well done by Dr. Todd Carter, and there's the turnover. Oh, they got a timeout. This one might come back. Full timeout for Trinity. That's a tough break. Tough break for Seneca. So we'll take a full timeout as well. We return fourth quarter action on Glycod.
Overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? No! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Thomas Allen at 502-425-8484. And folks, this 7th Region Championship game, Seneca not giving up, Mark Evans, at all.
No, they're fighters, but the strength of Trinity is starting to really take over. You see they're more and more inside and getting to the lane, getting to the basket easier. I think Seneca may be wearing down a little bit, Paul.
They still got those active hands and body. There's Barry. Carry on Barry to Julius Edmonds for the flush.
Just as we just said, transition defense is breaking down for Seneca.
Cal Ronhouse between the legs, spin move into the lane, hang with the left hand. Gosh, it's so good.
Well, unbelievable move, but it's going to take more than House to get him back in here.
And they get it to Barry. Barry is streaking Chandler. Chandler with the left hand on the right side again.
No transition defense, Paul.
That's Chandler. He knows up quick with that left hand on the right side. House up with the quick three. Can't get it to go. Vassar, he gets the behind the back. He gets the alley-oop pass to carry on Barry.
Seneca's having such a hard time making shots, shooting deep ones, and they end up giving up layups at the other end because of it.
Corian Martin misses the three and rebound to Edmonds, and here comes Chandler. Chandler gets it up court. And now Trinity going to take some time. Johnson finds Chandler. Chandler to the rim. He knows they were giving him the shot all night, and he said, I'll drive this one. And now Trinity up 60-35. 60-35 lead. We're going to come back. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Fourth quarter action to come on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back. J.C. Cantrell Gymnasium, Valley High School, home of the 6th and 7th Region Boys and Girls Championship semifinals and championship games. Tonight, 7th Region Championship game. It is Trinity up 60-35 over Seneca, and alongside Mark Evans, I'm Paul Najar. Mark, what's impressed you about Trinity tonight?
Well, I mean, tonight, as I just said off air, is tonight they look like it. I've seen all the good ones. They look like one of the best teams, if not the best team I've seen. They just have so many guns and so many horses, and Seneca's having to settle for outside shots, so therefore they're giving up layups and dunks.
There's Jaden Johnson with a flush from Carry On Barry. They double up Seneca at 70-35. There's Kel Ronhouse finishing in the lane. His territory, I'm sorry, it's not doubled up. It's 62-35, now 62-37. Knocked out of bounds by Tyron Gray. In for Seneca. Number 15, Jeremiah Towns. And number 2, Reese Asher. Out is Julius Edmonds. Vassar gets it knocked away, but they get it back. And the alley-oop up to Alex Johnson from Jaden Johnson. House. Hands were reached in there, and foul on number 21. I couldn't tell. I couldn't see the hair. I couldn't see his fingers. They were right in line with his stripes. I couldn't see where they were.
Barry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 21 to carry on Barry, and there's House on the inbounds play with a layup. Carry on Barry, gets it to Vassar. Vassar up to Chandler. Chandler attacks, left hand.
Yeah. Trinity's doing such a great job of spreading the court and passing the ball through this pressure.
Well, Mark, one team might get to 80. Who knows as Towns goes to the rack. I like the way he looks. He's getting some run here. Jeremiah Towns, and there's Chandler to the rim. He's getting a lot of layups.
Well, I mean, this is a layup line right now going on. Coach's had his big out, his 8th grader out. I think he's trying to use speed to get back in the game, but it's not working right.
And Tyron Gray can't get that one to go. Rebound comes down to Johnson. Carry on Barry. Dribbles in and then pulls out. Full timeout for Trinity. We'll take a break as well. As the stretch run coming up, 3:35 to play. Trinity up 68-41 over Seneca, 7th Region Championship game on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back, Valley High School. Seneca up 68-41 in this 7th Region Championship game. Mark Evans, Trinity just a little much for Seneca in this second half.
Yeah, it's just so much stronger physically. Once Seneca wore down, the size and just the athleticism of Trinity is taking over, and they're just shooting layups right now, to be honest. There is zero transition defense going on. Seneca's having to take a lot of deep shots, deep rebounds, and that means layups at the other end.
Trinity head coach Brett Saxton, 13-4 as interim since late December for Mike Szabo, who's had some health issues, so we wish Mike and his family all the best. And Kelron House tips that one, but Trinity will maintain possession. In for Trinity, we have Rocco Pfeiffer, number 5, Lucas Ladson, number 20, Jayon Hansberry. Inside it goes.
Well, Coach Saxton is getting in some extra young men to give them some of this experience.
That was Thomas Hornick, number 23. Carry on Barry, peels back. I like Barry's game on the wing. He's got good handle. He is a player that extends that Trinity bench quite a ways. Into the corner it goes. Cross court to Barry, corner to corner. Barry's 3, short, tipped, right back to Barry. He attacks, hangs, lays it up and good.
Yeah, Trinity's dominating in every phase of the game now. Another offensive rebound put back.
2-3 zone from Trinity, and Tyron Gray can't get that one to go. Rebound to Pfeiffer. He goes one direction, straight ahead. And the big fella. That's Thomas Hornick for 2. Gray puts up a 3, can't get that to go. And it's tough when you're down this much this late as Barry goes to the rim, comes off. Kelron House up ahead to Preston Wheatley. He lays it up, no good.
Well, Paul, both teams are unloading their benches at this point in time.
Yes, they are, and Hornick with another. Look to Kelron House, does Seneca. Seneca's House. Oh, my goodness. Another great play from House. They do go call timeout. There's Trinity, and it's just going to be a substitution timeout, so we'll stay right here. Kelron House Head up, young man. What a great career. What a great player.
It's a pleasure to watch, Paul. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. And in for Kelron House is Kadeem Yang. For Trinity, number 12, Henry Nash. Checks in for Barry. Trinity with another opportunity to advance to a state tournament. It's Wheatley. Can't hold on to that one. Tracked down. A little bit of a scrambling action there. Grayson Grubbs in for Trinity, number 35. And the foul is on Yang.
Number 1, Yang, his first.
Team first of the quarter.
Team first.
2 free throws now for Hansberry. Hansberry makes the first. And Tyron Gray. Stellar career as well for Tyron Gray. Impressed me all the way through this run from Seneca. Hansberry can't get the second. Preston Wheatley. Yang.
And he's another senior. You hope he ends up in a good place, and he can sure play basketball, that's for sure.
That three, no good. Preston Wheatley with the rebound. The 8th grader goes back up, puts it in. I mean, you just think about the great middle school traditions here in Louisville. And the layup there, Henry Nash. And you think about Wheatley being an 8th grader. He's not playing in the middle school. He's playing in serious high school competition. He misses that three, tipped by Nash. Ecole gets it back to Wheatley. That three launched by Reese Asher, no good. Rebound down to Jackson Jett. And Trinity will just walk this one down. Champions of the 7th region again. The Trinity Shamrocks outlast Seneca 77-45. They put it to him in the second half. Seneca, a valiant effort in defeat. The Redhawks, led by Kelron House, an outstanding performance throughout this postseason until they run into the buzzsaw, Trinity High School. Mark Evans, that's about all we can say, wasn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. As time went on and tired legs came about for the Redhawks and more players came in for the Shamrocks. I mean, it was a layup for most of the third and fourth quarter for the
well-deserved hugs, handshakes, pats on the back for Kelron House. The young man is a basketball talent, and he hugs Edmonds in front of us. And good stuff, good sportsmanship all the way around. We'll return with our post-game programming. Stay with us. We'll have post-game stats, analysis, our most outstanding players of the game, and we'll leap ahead to 6th Region Tournament Championship game tomorrow night. We'll give you a little brief preview of that as well. Stay with us on Glycod.
Go ahead. Pour it on. As thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets.
Cuckoo Krusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back, 7th Region champions Trinity, 77, Seneca 45. As Kelron House gets announced as 7th Region tournament all-tournament team, he and Preston Wheatley get recognized.
From Trinity, Julius Edmonds.
Julius Edmonds from Trinity. And we'll continue with that. But we have our...
From Trinity, Jaden Johnson.
Jaden Johnson. And then they're going to have an outstanding player, I believe, from the regional.
And from Trinity, Dre Vassar.
Dre Vassar. There we go. They get 3 on the all-tournament team. So, Mark Evans, let's take a look. Well, we remind everyone, tonight's ticker and scoreboard is presented by Traditional Bank. Traditional Bank, who you bank with matters, and we had a big upset in the 8th region at North Oldham, falling in overtime to Simon Kenton.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much unexpected. I've seen a lot of games this year with North Oldham involved, South Oldham involved, Oldham involved, and I didn't know anything about Simon Kenton, but my pick was North Oldham, so I guess I'm good. I didn't put anything on it.
Well, we have that game on our other Glycod station with your buddy Gary Forrest analyzing that one, and Tim Bryan and crew out there on that. But we've got our look at final numbers brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. Ruoff Mortgage opening doors, and Mark, final numbers first for the Seneca Red Hawks.
Well, shooting was their bugaboo all night long, getting the ball in the basket. They ended the game at 18 for 54. They got a little bit better in the second half, 33%, but they just couldn't do anything with the Shamrocks. They were 2 of 21 from the 3-point line for 9%, and they were 7 of 8 for the free throw line for 87%. They ended up with 16 turnovers. They ended up with 27 rebounds.
And for the Trinity Shamrocks, the Ruoff Mortgage opening doors, final numbers.
Well, just the second half alone was outstanding for the Shamrocks. Just in the second half, they shot over almost 77%. But I'll give you the game percentages. For the game, they were 33 of 53 for 62%. They were 5 of 15 from the 3-point line for 33%, 6 of 10 from the free throw line for 60%. They ended up with 12 turnovers, but they had 14 assists to the Red Hawks, only 5 assists. It was total domination, especially in the second half, by the Trinity Shamrocks.
A very fine performance with those numbers, brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage opening doors. So we will look ahead to our final segment. We'll take a break here in a moment, but our final segment include our most outstanding players from each squad, and we'll also take a look at the journey ahead for these Trinity Shamrocks, 7th Region champions once again. Stay with
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. If you're a new or experienced agent and you would like to join Polo Real Estate, contact them at 502-702-7656. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
to Valley High School. Coach Brett Saxon getting interviewed on the floor, and we'll talk about what's ahead for him and his Trinity Shamrocks in our next segment. But this segment, Mark Evans, we've got to take a look at our most outstanding players of the game. Most outstanding players of the game brought to you by State Farm agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And tonight's most outstanding player presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison for the Seneca Red Hawks.
Well, it's an easy call, Paul. One of the best high school players I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of good players. Number 4, Ron House. His stat line was fantastic. It was 9 of 20. He ended up winning some from the three-point line. That's not really like him. 3 of 4, but he had 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist and only 3 turnovers against a really tough defense.
And for the Trinity Shamrocks, we have number 2, Dre Vassar. He did it all. To handle the ball against the pressure that the Red Hawks brought was pretty fabulous. He was 4 of 7, 0 for 1 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 10 points, but he had 7 rebounds. He had 5 assists and only 2 turnovers in that high-octane game. Those, Dre Vassar, Ron House, got to see them go at it for a little while in that first half, and boy, was that fun. Tonight's most outstanding players, presented by State Farm Insurance agents Mike Shelton and Brian Morrison. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So those are our final honors of the night. We had our final numbers. And when we return, we'll spin it ahead and take a look at where the 7th region is going in the state tournament. And Brett Saxton and his job as interim head coach at Trinity High School. Stay with us. More to come on Glycod.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets.
Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For your surprisingly great home and auto rate, call State Farm agent Brian Morrison in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different. Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them. Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale. My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Gen Z is a stall generation. The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod.
Welcome back to Valley High School. Trinity Shamrocks 77-45 winners over the Seneca Redhawks. And Trinity Shamrocks will advance as 7th region champions in next week's boys state tournament at Rupp Arena. And Mark Evans, here we go. We've got we've got our Glycod lineup of games. Tomorrow night, we will have the 12th region semifinal being played tonight, and the 12th region championship game. It'll be either Mercer County or Pulaski County, the winner of that game against the winner of Somerset and Danville Christian. You like that Danville Christian team, I know.
Well,
Gary Forrest loves them.
Gary Forrest loves them. He's told me a little bit about them. I've not seen them, but I've heard they're loaded with talent. I even think the girls' team made it to the state this year.
And then for the 12th region championship game, that's Tuesday at 7 at Pulaski County. And then on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, also the boys 6th region championship game right here at Valley High School. Fairdale versus Evangel Christian. And we got to see those two teams win their semifinal games. Fairdale over DeSales and Evangel Christian over J-Town. Two outstanding clubs. It should be a great game tomorrow night. And then the boys' 8th region championship at Henry County. It'll be Simon Kenton, the winner over North Oldham. They will face the winner of Walton Verona or Spencer County tomorrow night. I'll have that game with Gary Forrest. And then also tomorrow night, 11th region championship game, Lexington Catholic against Great Crossing. That should be a dandy one as well.
Well, it's the number one. Currently, it's the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the state playing against each other. Should be a great one. I've seen Great Crossing. I have not seen Lexington Catholic.
Well, you've got you got to spin this ahead now for 7th region champion Trinity Shamrocks and rookie head coach Brett Saxon, who was on the sideline as an assistant coach for Mike Szabo in 2019 when the Shamrocks won it all. I believe that was David Johnson's senior year. Mm-hmm. Where does that was only his 18th game he coached.
Well, I mean, he was with the program for quite some time. He was a good player. His brother was a good player.
His father was a state champion. Shout out to Troy.
Yeah, father, been a long time AD there, a good friend of mine.
Rob.
From my time at Mercy Academy. I was just really impressed with his poise on the bench and the interaction with the coaches and his players. There was a quiet confidence about him that's. And the kids can read through. They can see that. I didn't even sense nerves today, and I'm sure he probably was a little bit. But anyway, I was really impressed with the moves he made, the play calls when he needed them, the timeouts, and so on and so forth.
Tell me your first trip to the state tournament as head coach. What do you remember?
Oh, gosh.
What would you tell a first-year head coach
going to the state tournament? Do what you've been doing throughout the year, but making sure that throughout the year you play the type of schedule, you play in the tournaments that are very similar to the state tournament, and then you can tell your kids, you've really been there and done that before, and I think that helps you to navigate that. For us, it was always a lot of prep. I do a lot of prep, a lot of tape. I was really well prepared for the teams that I was going to see, and the kids knew that, so therefore they were confident coming in. So I think that those are the things that you need to do as a coach to be successful, but they're also the things you need to do as a coach going into the state tournament to keep everything on an even keel.
Well, he has a great mentor in Mike Szabo, because Mike would talk about those very things all the time, every year, in gaining those 5 trips to the state tournament, 2 state championships, one in 2012, one in 2019. And for the Seneca Redhawks, the words of wisdom that you might give to them and what they were able to accomplish through a grueling schedule and some adversity throughout the early part of the season.
Well, watching this team that we saw tonight and watching it the other night, the type of effort and the type of attitudes that they presented themselves with was I mean, it was great. I just say it was great. The coach was, was right on it. Players responded to the coaching. They just came across a bigger, stronger, faster foe tonight overall. But I think they should be extremely proud of themselves.
And the community came out in full voice.
And I love that because you just never know sometimes anymore. Things are different everywhere. But to see this place filled up and to see such a Seneca presence was very, very, very impressive. And I feel good for them. It's a tough loss, but they kind of had a dream ending to a season, dream till the end game of the season.
And that will do it here from Valley High School. That sums it up quite well. I mean, Coach Hickerson, very impressive. Man, I loved talking with him earlier. Coach Saxon, the composure that both teams showed throughout this game at Valley High School. A championship contest that Trinity takes and moves on next week at Rupp Arena. Dr. Todd Carter, do we have who they'll face next week?
I have it.
Oh, we do. Mark has it.
I can have it.
Yeah, it's the 7th region against.
It is, let me see.
7th region will play the 12th region champion, and that will, oh my goodness, either Mercer or Pulaski versus Somerset or Danville.
Yeah, the 7th plays the 12th. They get through that. They'll play the winner of the 3rd and the 6th. They're down in the lower part of the bracket. That's always a little tougher, though. If you draw that second day, you don't get the natural break. If you want to win a state tournament, you want to play on that Wednesday because it makes a big difference because you really get a day off that Thursday because you come back and play on Friday. Anybody in the lower bracket has to play back-to-back, and that's really difficult.
And both the 6th and 7th region are in that lower bracket.
Yes, they are. It's let's see, the 6th region is down in the very bottom, and as we already said, they would play. If the 6th region, for instance, would win their first game against the 3rd and Trinity would win its game against the 12th, then they would play each other in the second round of the state tournament.
Wow. And one of those teams is Danville Christian in the 12th region, who Gary Forrest says they might be the best team in the state.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Well, all I know is if you're better than what we saw from Trinity tonight, wow. And I'll put Evangel Christian in that group too, as well as Lexington Catholic, Great Crossing, and Danville Christian. So there you go, folks. Lots to look forward to. It's March Mania. It's high school basketball, thrilling high school action all over the Commonwealth. And we thank you for watching, folks. For executive producer Steve Bird, for owner-operator Chris Labar of Glycod Sports, for our cameraman Max Gorley, for Dr. Todd Carter, DDS. We thank you, Todd. And for Mark Evans, always a pleasure, Mark. Thank you so much for your contributions and your friendship. Can't thank you enough. I'm Paul Najar, folks. We thank you for watching. More to come on Glycod tomorrow night. Lots of action. 8th region, 11th region, 12th region championships, and 6th region, 6th, 8th, 11th, and 12th to come tomorrow on Glycod. So thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.
You've been watching the 7th Region Basketball Tournament on Glycod. Tonight's game was brought to you by UA Local 502, built on excellence, building a better tomorrow. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. State Farm Insurance agents Brian Morrison and Mike Shelton. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Blunt Dental Group, straightforward smiles. Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen. He puts you in good hands. Thomas Car Wash, and Holy Smokes Barbecue.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.